just eat less and move more. It's probably what you're sick of being told. So let me actually give you a third option that's way simpler and actually way more effective than the age-old strategies for weight loss that you've been told. So here's what happens when you eat less and move more. At first, you might lose weight, but then, bam, you plateau. But why? Because your body's actually smarter than you think. So when you eat really little and do a lot of movement, your body's actually gonna prioritize survival. So I know that sounds, dramatic, but essentially your body's getting the signal that food is scarce, stress is high, prepare for the worst. Start bailing out the ship. Which for your body actually means getting rid of anything that it doesn't absolutely need. Now, do you know what actually happens to be the most metabolically expensive tissue? Hopefully you guessed it, muscle. Muscle just requires a lot of energy in order to maintain. So therefore, when calories are scarce and your body has no reason to keep the muscle, it's going to get rid of it. Muscle isn't essential when you're in a calorie deficit because ultimately fat it's an insurance policy that your body wants to hold on to. So if it has no reason to hold on to muscle, it's going to rather hold on to the fat and let go of the muscle in order to help you to survive. But the big problem is that less muscle then just therefore leads to less calories burned. So you end up getting stuck actually eating fewer calories just to now maintain the weight that you're at. And frankly, that's a problem. Now, most people don't train, they just simply exercise. They go in there, move their body around with no real plan. Now, some people might think they have a plan, but the reality is that it's probably not as good as they think. Now, general movement is great, but it doesn't send the right signal to the body. Instead, what I really want you to think about doing is training. But training's for athletes though, isn't it? Well, instead, actually think about it in this way. So if you're just doing cardio or light activity, your body's not actually gonna get the clear message to build muscle or even honestly to keep it. In order to do that, you need resistance. Something that's actually going to force adaptation. Now, I'm guessing you probably don't feel very youthful anymore, but would you like to? As my brothers from another mother, I sound so white when I say that.
It doesn't matter what you think!
Over at Mind Pump say, guess what actually positions your body with the most youthful hormone profile?
What hormone profile tells your body to build more muscle? Well, in men and in women, a muscle-building hormone profile is a youth hormone profile. It's a similar one to the one you have when you're feeling great and you're in your teens and 20s. It's higher testosterone, both in men and women, balanced estrogen and progesterone in women, better growth hormone, better insulin sensitivity. So it's like this incredible cascading effect. Now, if you don't do any of that and you ignore that and you just look at the scale and all you care about is losing weight on the scale, you very often will fall into the trap of telling my body to lose muscle, pare it down. Now my hormones are organized in a way to reduce muscle mass.
So here's essentially what you need to do. Number one, you need to train with resistance. Now this can be body weight, resistance bands, dumbbells, barbells, I mean anything. But the important thing here is to focus on compound movement. So think about things like squats, push-ups, rows, pull-ups, deadlifts, presses. But the key is to actually not just throw the weights around. I see way too many people wasting their time in the gym. They're lifting weights, but they're not actually getting anywhere. You just need to be strategic. But how do you do that, you say? But this actually leads us into the second thing that you need to do. This means following something called progressive overload, which is really just slowly improving over time. Now that could just simply look like more reps, or it could be more weight, or it could just be improving your form, or it could even be improving your time under tension. But here's the cool thing is that even a 1% change over a week is going to massively add up over time. I mean, think of it like almost like compound interest in a way. But here's the thing, in order to actually get the benefits from progressive overload, there's one thing that I'm gonna ask you to do. Now, if you did nothing else in this video except this one thing, the results that you would get would be night and day different. Simply write down your workouts because if you aren't tracking it, you're not going to improve. Now you could be doing this with pen and paper like I do, or you could write it in your notes in your phone, or even use an app. Any of those options will do. Now life is crazy full, so I want you to stop listening to what some of the people out there are telling you to take all the supplements and do all the things, work out 6 days a week. Put that aside and just simply do 3 things. So first, just simply sleep as much as life allows. Now I'm a parent, I've got 4 kids, so I know sleep is hard to come by, but you can actually prioritize your sleep in whatever way that means, is how you're going to actually boost your recovery and ensure that you're actually going to get the muscle building and the fat loss faster than you would if you didn't prioritize sleep. So just start with one simple thing that you can do to improve your sleep today. As one example, just try shutting down all of your electronics at least an hour before bed. Next is you actually need to be ensuring that you're drinking water. Hydration is massively important for affecting your energy levels, your recovery, your digestion, and most importantly here is that your strength will be impacted, because if you are dehydrated, you will actually be weaker when you go to train. And then I need you to actually just eat protein. Now the basic rule is to eat in grams of protein your target body weight. So if you want to be 180 pounds, I want you to eat 180 grams of protein. Not during the week, every day. So stop exercising and simply start training. Because if you fix this first, then calories aren't going to control your life as much, because honestly, you're going to get to the point where you're really sick of eating. And what a wonderful first world problem to have. But if you actually want a complete step-by-step guide for this, I laid one out completely in this video right up over here. And as always, go get strong, but first go give your kids a hug like I'm about to go to, because I think the family matters more. And I will see you right up over here on the next video.